Hi everyone, this is Mrs. V Chen. Welcome to my Form 2 Math lesson number 20. Today's topic is about laws of positive integral indexes. Okay, so here we have this example. So this is x to the power 3 times x squared. Alright, so what is the meaning of x to the power 3? It means that which is x times x times x, and then x squared is x times x. Okay, so therefore you can see, so how many x do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore this is x to the power 5. Alright, so therefore we can make our first law, which is the conclusion. If we have x to the power a times x to the power b, and it will be x to the power a plus b. So this is the first law of index we have. Okay, this is important. Okay, so next, how about this one? So which is x to the power 5 over x squared. Now we have this fraction, and then on top we have this x times x times x times x times x. That is meaning of x to the power 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. And then over x squared, so that is x times x. Okay, so we can cancel out this x and then x and x. Is that right? So therefore the final answer to this after simplification will be x to the power 3. Okay, so therefore we can have another law of indexes, and saying that if we have this a x to the power a over x to the power b, and this situation saying that when a is bigger than b, and then we have this x to the power a minus b. Okay, so this is the second law of index we have here. Okay, so how about this one? This time we have x to the power 3 over x to the power 7. So on top I have x times x times x, and then divided by x times x 7 times. Okay, let me check. Do I have 7 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one more x. Okay, so therefore I can cancel out this x and x and x. No more. So how many do we have here? Which is x to the power 4. But be very, very careful. On top, actually, when we have all x cancel out on top, actually, we still have that on top, which is 1. Now be careful. So therefore, this is 1 over x to the power 4. Okay, so which is 1 on top instead of 0. Okay, so therefore we have another one, and saying that if we have this x to the power a over x to the power b, however this time which one is bigger? We have b at the bottom here, which is bigger than a on top. Okay, so the answer will be 1 over x to the power b minus a. Okay, so this is another law of index. Okay, so how about this one? This one is x squared all to the power 3. That means we have this x squared and then times x squared and then times x squared 3 times here. So that is meaning to the power 3. Okay, so what is the conclusion here? Remember, this is times times times. So the index here will be 2 plus 2 plus 2, because we are using, okay, the first index. Do you remember what is the first index here? When we have x to the power a times x to the power b, so we have this index x to the power a plus b. Okay, all right, so therefore on top 2 plus 2 plus 2, so the final answer will be x to the power 6. Okay, so we can make our conclusion and saying that which is x to the power a, and then all to the power b, it will be x to the power ab. Ab means a times b. Alright, so this is another law of index, and be very careful about this one. Don't mix up this one, all to the power b, instead of this a, x to the power a times x to the power b. So don't mix up these two. Okay, so next one here we have x squared y to the power 3 and then all to the power 3. That means the things inside the brackets will be times itself 3 times. That is meaning of to the power 3. So I have this x squared y to the power 3, x squared y to the power 3, and then x squared y to the power 3. All right. Okay, so what is it? So x squared, and then that would be 2 plus 2 plus 2, so that I have 6. Okay, and then y, that is 3 plus 3 plus 3, so that is 9. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so that I can make conclusion in this way. If we have this x to the power 2 times y to the power 3, and then all to the power 3, and that will be the answer. Okay, if we use the previous one, so don't forget this is times, this is times. Alright, so the final answer will be 3 times 2 is 6, and then to the power 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, so this bracket is very, very important. Alright, so then next I'm going to give you more examples so that we can apply this law of indexes. Alright, in this chapter. Okay, so example 1 here, a to the power 7 times a to the power 3. So which law do we use? We use this to be 7 plus 3, so that the final answer will be a to the power 10. Alright, okay, number 2. So how about if we have this a to the power 7 and all 3? Okay, so which one do we use here? So that will be a to the power 7 times 3. Okay, so that will be a to the power 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, so here we have example 1. To simplify the following expressions, and a 3x squared y times, okay, the whole thing is negative, minus 2x to the power 3. So since this is negative and this is plus, so the final answer will be negative. And then we can do this, 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so now we come to the index for x. So this is x squared times x to the power 3, so that which index do we use? We use this one, 2 plus 3. And then what's left here? Y left. Okay, so the final answer will be minus 6 and then x to the power 5 y. Okay, so this is the answer of A. Okay, so B here on top we have minus 12x to the power 6 y squared over minus 6 x to the power 4 y to the power 5, and this minus over minus cancel out, so the whole thing will be positive. And then 12 and then 6 we can simplify by that, because 12 divided by 6, which is 2 on top here. Okay, and then you look at the index for 6 and 4. Which one is bigger? So on top is bigger, so that I have x here. I can move this 4, this is 6, and then move this 4 up, so that will be 6 minus 4. Alright, so that is for x. And then for y, look at the index. So which one is bigger? So here at the bottom, 5 is bigger, so therefore I have this y, okay, 5. And then I move this 2 down, so minus 2. So therefore the final answer will be here, x. So 2x, 6 minus 4, which is 2. And then I have y, 5 minus 2, which is 3. Okay, now next we have example 2. Also we do simplification, and this is A. We have this 2x to the power 4, y to the power 3, all to the power 5. And divided by, this is division, so we have this 2x to the power 3y squared and then all to the power 4. So that the first thing to do this, we use fraction, okay, and then we put this on top, so that will be 2x to the power 4 y to the power 3 all to the power 5. And then here at the bottom, so 2x to the power 3 y squared and all to the power 4. Alright, so which index do we use? Okay, so we use, let me tell you, to expand this, so don't forget this to the power 5, don't forget, okay, which is for all of them. Okay, so therefore I will have this 2 to the power 5, and then x So this is 4 times 5, that will be 20. And then y, that is 3 times 5, that is 15. All right. And also at the bottom, so this is to the power 4. And don't forget, okay, we do this, all of them. Okay, so that would be 2 to the power 4. And then x, 3 times 4 is 12. And then y, 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so that is the next step, removing brackets before we move on. Okay, so what do you think? Now we come to 2. 2, this is 5, this is 4, so 5 is more than 4, so I move this up, so that will be 2. And then 5 minus 4, right? And here, 20 and 12, which one is bigger? On top is bigger, so I move this 20 and then minus 12, right? And then y, okay, so 15 is more, so minus 8. Okay, so therefore I can get my final answer will be 5 minus 4 is 1. So 2 to the power 1 is 2. And then x, what is 20 minus 12, which is 8. And then the final answer for y, 15 minus 8, which is 7. Alright, so be careful not to mix about these two indexes. Okay, I give you that one more time. For example, if we have a to the power x times a to the power y, so what index do we use? So which will be a to the power x plus y, right? Okay, how about this one? If we have a to the power x and then all to the power y, then which one is it? That will be a to the power x y, and x y means times. Okay, so be very careful about in what situation you should use this index and in what situation you should use this one. Okay, another example here. So how do we do this? Here we have a bracket for 2, so don't forget the 2 goes to all of them. All right, and then the 2 here as well, don't forget, and then the 2 here. Okay, so to expand this, so therefore I have this 4 square, and then h, so this is 2 times 2, which is 4, and then times 2 square, don't forget that. Okay, h, so 3 times 2, this is 6, and at the bottom here k, so that is 5 times 2, which is 10. Okay, so you can see I'm using this index, right? Okay, so what's next? And then I can do simplification for this 4 square, and then this one, actually this is 4 times 4, so which is how many 4 to the power 3, because here is another 4, right? So actually that is h, and then 4 plus 6, and then here I have k to the power 10. All right, so therefore what is the final answer? You can use calculator to get this 4 times 4, 16 times 4, that would be 64. And then h, 4 plus 6 is 10. And then here at the bottom, I have k to the power 10. All right, so this is it. And one more time to remind you, don't mix up this one and this law of indexes, okay? And also, if you have a bracket here, don't forget this is square. You need to consider all of them. Okay, times square to the power 2. Now we come to the final example in this chapter. So now this is to simplify the following expression. So to simplify this, you will find it very useful if you can remember this 2 square is 4, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, and 2 to the power 5. And then x squared, x to the power 3, x to the power 4 is 81. All right, so 5 squared is 25, and 5 to the power 3 is 125. You will find it very useful if you can remember this. Okay, now to do this, 5x and this is 25. So first thing, we have to change this to the factor of 5. So that will be 5 to the power x, and then what about 25? 25 is same as 5 square. All right, and then I have my y here, and then use this brackets. All right, okay, so next, 5 to the power x, and then what about this one? Okay, this one will be 5, and then this is 2y, means 2 times y, so like that, right? So I have this 5 to the power x times 5 to the power 2y. Then which index do we use? That will be 5 to the power x plus 2y. Okay, so this is example 3. Okay, now the second one, how do we simplify this 16 to the power x and then times 2 to the power y? Okay, so what about 16? So we change 16 to this one. So 16 is same as 2 to the power 4. Therefore, I have this 2 to the power 4, okay, which is 16. And then I put x here. Therefore, I still have this 2 to the power y. Okay, all right, so how about this one? This one should be 2, and then 4 times x is 4x. Okay, I have 2 to the power y left. Okay, and this is times and times, so what is the index on top? That will be 4x plus y. So this is the answer of the second example. Okay, now we come to the third example. So 3 to the power x, and this is 81. So we are going to change this to factor of 3. So what is 81? 81 is 3 to the power 4, and then 9 is 3 squared. So that I will have this. So 3 to the power x and then times. Okay, now I'm going to change 81 to 3 to the power 4, like that. Okay, what about here at the bottom? So this is 9. 9 is same as 3 squared, right? Okay, since I have all things in the factor of 3, therefore I can put them all together. Okay, so I have this 3 to the power x times 3. Okay, 4 times x is 4x. And then here I have this 2 times y is 2y. Okay, and finally I can join them all together. So that is, this is x times, so 3 to the power x times this. Which index do I use? I use the 1 plus, right? Okay, and what about this over minus 2y? So move up, that will be minus 2y, like that. So the final answer will be 3x plus 4x. I have 5x and minus 2y. So this is how we do simplification, all right, in this situation. Okay, so the final example, 4 to the power m times 2 to the power 3m and the all square. Again, we change 4 into 2 square. So this is 4. And then I have my m here, right? And then times 2, 3m, and don't forget the whole thing square. Okay, and then do it step by step. What do I have inside the bracket? So this is 2, and then that will be 2 times m is 2m, and then times this 2, and then I have 3m, and then square, right? Okay, so what's inside the bracket? So this is 2m and 3m times, so which index? That would be 2m plus 3m. Okay, so the answer is 2m plus 3m. I have 5m, and then all square. Therefore, my final answer will be 2. Okay, so here times. So that is 10m is my final answer. Okay, so that's about today's topic, law of positive indexes. So thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.